Hello everyone, and welcome to Vikings, the Strategy of Ultimate Conquest. So, we're coming off break. Off a long break, probably one of the longer breaks we've had, and I didn't know what to play. But, this is a game from my childhood. So, I grew up playing this. This is a Windows 95 game, and I don't know, I wasn't super rich growing up, so, while other people were playing on like a Windows 2000 computer, I got a Windows 95 one. And so on when the next computers came out. So I played a lot of Diablo 2 and stuff like that when I was growing up, when other people were playing on like PS2 and stuff like that. Yeah, that's alright. It's because of stuff like that that I've got an appreciation for older games and stuff like that. And more than that as well, I'm of Swedish background and my family is very Swedish, to the point that we celebrate those sort of holidays rather than the Western ones over here in Australia where I live, which was a foolish thing for a Swede to do, that's for damn sure. But anyway, yeah, this is essentially a lot of my cultural history, so I thought it would be a fun game to play. Okay, so to start off, we've got Michael Dorn doing a lot of the narration, and that is Worf from Star Trek, for those that have watched Star Trek. But yeah, so we've got some decent voice acting, but one thing I will say is the pronunciation is off. I played a save file for about an hour and a half or so just to catch up with like how to play the game, because it's such an old game. Like, I really had to figure some stuff out. There's nothing about this game online. Hey, you go to Game FAQs, like, there's a page for it, but nobody's written anything about it, nothing. Alright, so let's do the introduction.
From the fury of the Northmen, deliver us, O Lord. Out of the frozen northlands of Scandinavia near the beginning of the 8th century, a force came that would change the European continent forever. A force which defies pinpoint definition even to this day. There are some historians who regard the group of people known collectively as the Vikings as barbaric marauders who swept down upon innocent villages without mercy and with greed and destruction as their only goal. There are other historians who look upon these Northmen as explorers, traders, and even colonists, without whom much of what we know as England, France, and the rest of Western Europe would not have pulled themselves out of the Dark Ages so quickly. The controversy will not be settled by this game. What hopefully might be settled is how you, the player, can function as a leader of one of these Viking people. Will they rise to greatness, perhaps even controlling an entire country? Will they stay as they are, neither advancing nor succumbing? Or will they become prey to other Vikings who see weakness and swoop down upon you? The concept of the game is simple. You are the eldest living offspring of a Jarl in charge of a small but quite prosperous region.
Y'all.
Your father has suddenly died, leaving you in complete control. The question is, what do you do? The answer is, you do the best you can. Good luck.
Alright. So, yeah, they mispronounce a lot of stuff like that. They'll refer to Tyr as Tyre, they'll refer to Loki as Loki, stuff like that. But yeah, otherwise, the voice acting is really good, and the writing is actually pretty great, but there is little things they screw up. For example, so if I choose this guy here, they mixed up Sweden and Denmark's flags. Look at this. Look at this. The audacity. But we're going Swedish, obviously. And Saga and Legend is just like ridiculously hard. So I actually want to play a fair few episodes of this. So I'm gonna go warrior. Okay, so archery is your archery, obviously. Military would be your combat when you're attacking towns and villages. Diplomacy would be when you're talking leader to leader, navigation would be going around the ocean, and wilderness would be going around the world, and combat would be one-on-one combat. We're gonna go that because we're gonna need it. Okay, Sven? No, we won't be going Sven. Are we going Shade? Or Cooper? Whoops. Shade's another way of saying shade, but we'll go shade. Okay, I might have to do a cut ahead here because we are going to be trying to get a decent start in one of these places. We might get lucky. So average, average, that's not very good. Average, poor. Average, average. Fair, average. Average, average. Average, average. Average, average. Okay, so we probably want somewhere central so we can actually, like, come back, you know. It's probably better for raiding and stuff like that. But 2,000 population is pretty low, and average is pretty average and average. So I'm going to do a cut ahead, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. So I basically went out and back in, restarting my character until I could get this place. So we've got Upland, or Upsilage, with a population of over 4,700. Nearly 5,000 people. Considering you can start with 1,000, that's a lot. And because of that, we've got excellent military strength, which is a really good way to start. Sadly, our economy is average, but we can build that up. But yeah. Actually, let's have a look at some of these other places. Average, average. Average, poor. I think we're probably good. Average, average. Yeah. That's a pretty great start. Now, the sad thing is that the game will just skip the intro cutscene, as you'll see now.
Your weapons are now blooded. Your father is avenged, and your people look to you for leadership. The gods may well be with you as you continue your father's quest to become king of all Scandinavia.
Damn. Basically, the cutscene is your father goes off to battle to raid, and he gets slain in battle. So you are now his heir. So you are now the Jarl of Upsilage. Okay, so let's have a look. First of all, let's check our personal info. We do age. We have children, and I think our children take over for us. Okay, so we start with 30 health. Actually, that's a lot to start with. Yep. Combat, reputation average, popularity average, the goat tender. Okay, cool. That's fine. Let's check.
As you approach, the blacksmith halts his efforts, and with far more relish than is polite, offers the tale of a drunken mishap by the local butcher and how one of his 8 remaining digits fell to a poorly targeted cleaver. The smithy ends his discourse with the certainty that someone got more sausage than they paid for that day. After sharing a hearty laugh, he asks your pleasure.
Yeah, this game's voice acting is pretty great, so I am going to let it go a lot of the time. And there's storytellers that tell tales of Norse mythology, mythos. But yeah, so I'm probably going to let those happen as well. Alright, let's check our armor.
With an odd mixture of respect and disdain, the blacksmith tells you that he has felt for some time that your armor was of poor quality, in dire need of replacement. In short order, he details the cost of upgrade.
1,000. Okay.
The blacksmith stands.
Okay, first of all, we're going to leave. We're going to do something else.
Your master-at-arms stand.
Local affairs, promote a lieutenant. Okay, so we want lieutenants with at least 5 skills here. And we can only promote 2.
Your master-at-arms.
But it's better to do it now,
Your
because we will level them up faster. Instead of bringing the dudes you start with.
Your master-at-arms.
Come on. We can only afford 2.
Your master.
Yeah, I still remember a lot of the scummery from being a kid and playing this game so much. Come on.
Your master.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that start with your master-at-arms. Oh man, give us a 5-star. A 5-star. Oh, 6. Bro. You're coming with us. Durr.
Your master
You're our bro, Durr.
deeply and
In fact, save that. 6. Do you know how rare that is? It's crazy.
Your master at arms.
Another.
Your master at arms
Whoops.
nods his.
Cancel.
Your master at arms stand.
Local
Your master
affairs. Promoted lieutenant. Want another at least 5 skill dude.
Your master at arms size deep.
I can't believe we got a 6.
Your master at arms.
It's crazy, man.
Your master at arms.
There's another 5. One. What's he got? Archery, military combat. Aemont. Well, bro, welcome to the team.
Your master at arms side.
Okay.
Your master at arms.
We have hardly any money.
The merchant
just
greets
spent it
you
all.
with the respect.
Okay, we'll sell all of that. We'll sell our leather. And some good. Okay, we've almost got enough to double
A
upgrade.
blacksmith in charred
So we'll
leather.
go armor
with an odd
first.
The blacksmith stands, hammer in hand, trying to.
Sweet. Okay, now to the tavern.
While not actually hopping, this tavern has a fair amount of activity.
Wow, that music is loud.
With a slight slur to his words, the storyteller invites you to sit beside him to hear a story sure to bring the fire coursing through your veins.
Okay, so this is how you learn of the tales of Norse mythology. You buy this guy a drink, and, well, there's another person who tells tales as well, but this guy will essentially ramble off a tale to you, and then there's a chance he'll either give you the map, tell you where you've got to go to find a legendary item, or he'll tell you where you can find the map. Sometimes it's the patron in the corner.
Commenting that you've made a wise decision indeed, the storyteller takes a sip of the drink you purchased and then begins his tale.
I trust, kind soul, that you will not laugh too derisively when I tell you the rather bizarre tale of Queen Eaglebeak. Yes, I know the name is quite ridiculous, but I assure you the story is one of most earnest. The sagas tell, I'm sure you've heard, how Eaglebeak was but one of 18 daughters of the giants Osgrid and Kula. Happy were their lives together, or at least as happy as you can be, being a giant and scorned or feared by most living things. That all changed the day Thor, god of thunder and the storm, came into their land. He whose beauty is as legendary as his might was most gentle and well spoken to Osgrid, and even more so to each of the 18 daughters. And therein lies the problem, for you see, each of these daughters fell instantly and most totally in love with the Thunder God. How he felt towards them is of no concern, except to say that as a male in the company of adoring beautiful ladies, he was not adverse to partaking of their charms.
Oof.
But which of the daughters was to have him for her own? They pleaded with their father Osgrid and their mother Kula for help in resolving what was becoming a very bitter rivalry. But the parents chose to remain aloof from the fracas. So things did turn most foul. The first daughter spent time with Thor, which so angered the second daughter that she came upon the first and slew her outright. Then she too spent time, as they say, with the Asgardian, and so it went. One daughter would be with Thor, and the next in line would lie in ambush to attack and kill her rival, only to take her place. Until it came to the last daughter, the Eaglebeak, for whom this story is named. She dispatched her older sister, and as the last in a very bloody line, claimed Thor for her own. In her own way, she married Thor and bore him a child. But then it was time for Thor to leave and return to his home. A fond farewell to Eaglebeak was all he gave, as he leapt astride his steed and rode off. Eaglebeak was left devastated, with her child and the decaying bodies of 17 older sisters to keep her company. She did what most offspring do, no matter what their age. She went crying to her parents. Some say that Eaglebeak was so remorseful that upon telling the tragic story, she swooned and joined her sisters in death. Others say that her father was so angered at the sibling rivalry that he slew his surviving daughter outright. Whichever is the case, the giant Osgrid suddenly found himself with 18 deceased daughters. Together with Kula, they fashioned a bracelet from the bodies of all the daughters and offered it to Odin if he would but send Thor back to raise his child with them. But Odin refused, and Thor expressed confusion over the entire matter, and the giants were left with this bracelet that only reminded them daily of their loss.
Jeez.
So it is that these giants did what it seems most of the giants and the gods of Asgard do with unwanted items. They hurled it from their midst with such force that it cleaved a hole in the mountains of Midgard. It came to rest deep in a cave, where it is said to still reside.
Wow. Okay, 18 skulls on a necklace, I guess, or a bracelet or whatever it is.
His tale now ended. The storyteller mentions that a map to the cave housing the item he spoke of can be obtained from the tavern patron nearest the wall. He also tells you the city closest to the cave.
Dundurn in Scotland. And we'll go to this guy here.
The patron brusquely suggests that he'll part with the map for only 5 pieces of silver.
Take him,
The
bro.
patron grows silent for a while as he tries to remember. Finally,
Okay, we're good. So we're going to exit there, and now we're going to go into personal info. So, wait. Quest map, sorry. See, we've got the 18 girls map here now. You can get a whole bunch of maps, and you will get legendary items that will go in your trophy case and give you abilities and buffs to your stats and stuff like that. Alright. I guess we should finally start playing the game, huh? Since we're like halfway through the episode. Over here we've got the Rune
you enter
Woman.
a gloomy hut filled with many strange items and smells. An old woman peers inquisitively at you and demands to know what matters bring you to her home. She asks if you are seeking a legend, to know if the gods find favor in you, or need healing herbs for your wounds.
Okay, first let's cast the runes.
Cackling loudly and sporting a toothless smile, the old hag reports that the future looks promising. If you are to travel, today would make a fine start.
That's a good sign.
You enter a gloomy hut.
Let's listen to
filled with
another
many
story.
strange items and
The runes tell of the 18 daughters of the giants Osgrud and Kula. Happy were the lives of the whole family, or at least as happy as you can be, being a giant and scorned or feared by most living things. That all changed the day Thor, god of thunder and the storm, came into their land.
Is this a
He whose
different
beauty
telling
is
of the same story?
legendary as his might, was most gentle and well spoken to Osgrud, and even more so to each of the 18 daughters. Of course, each of these daughters fell instantly in love with the Thunder God. Which of the daughters was to have him for her own? They pleaded with their father, Osgrud, and their mother, Kula, for help in resolving what was becoming a very bitter rivalry. But the parents chose to remain aloof from the fracas, and of course Thor would make no choice, preferring to enjoy them all. So events turned foul. The first daughter spent time with Thor, which so angered the second daughter that she came upon the first and slew her outright. Then the second daughter in turn spent time with the Asgardian, and so it went. One daughter would be with Thor, and the next in line would lie in ambush to attack and kill her rival, only to take her place. Until it came to the last daughter, who dispatched her older sister and, as the last in a very bloody line, claimed Thor for her own. In her own way, she married Thor and bore him a child. But eventually it was time for Thor to leave and return to his home. A fond farewell to his wife was all he gave as he leapt astride his steed and rode off. The giantess was left devastated. She was alone with her child and the decaying bodies of 17 older sisters to keep her company. She did what most offspring do, no matter their age. She sought advice from her parents. Some say that she was so remorseful that, upon telling the tragic story, she swooned and joined her sisters in death. Others say that her father was so angered at the sibling rivalry that he slew his surviving daughter outright. Whichever is the case, the giant Osgrud found himself with 18 deceased daughters. Together with Kula, they fashioned a bracelet from the bodies of all the daughters and offered it to Odin if he would but send Thor back to raise his child with them. But Odin refused, and Thor expressed confusion over the entire matter, and the giants were left with this bracelet that only reminded them daily of their loss. So it is that these giants did what it seems most of the giants and the gods of Asgard do with unwanted items. They threw it out. They hurled it from their midst with such force that it cleaved a hole in the mountains of Midgard, where it came to rest, deep in a cave.
Interesting. So it's like the same story, but
She tells you
told
that she
slightly
has heard
differently.
of the name of the city wherein you might seek the item you search.
okay.
You enter a gloomy
Okay.
hut.
Yeah, sorry about the same story twice there. I just really wanted to see what the difference would be. Okay, so
The
we've
merchant
got
greets
our,
you with the
got our merchant. We've got hardly any money. Okay, you know what I think? I think it's time. So let's save it, because we're going to go on a raid. Oh yeah.
Your master-at-arms stands near you and comment. The master-at-arms arrives and happily offers details.
Okay, where's our boy? You. And you.
After telling you that you do
Okay, 80 should be enough. Oh, you know what, actually...
after telling you that you do
Okay, we'll take half the food.
after checking carefully the status.
Yep. Okay, we're off. Let's go south.
At first one, and then soon more sails are spotted by your lookout. Setting your heading in their direction, you quickly determine the number and type of
No, let's not do a sea battle as soon as the game starts against 3 ships. That sounds kind of silly. Whoops. Yeah, this game will be jumpy every now and then, but that's only because it's so old. Emulating it, you can only do so much. We could go there, but I think...
The town you arrive at is truly destitute, reports the master-at-arms. He further details what he knows of.
Well, that's a shame, because... we want stuff.
The town you arrive at.
Okay. Build? I didn't choose build. You know what? I'm just gonna reload.
Looking much the worse.
Come on, guys, just get
The
into
town
there.
you arrive.
We will attack you. Why have we got build with us? Are we... Ah, dude.
Looking much the worse.
I think I might have screwed up. I mean, it's okay, we can fix it. It's just a pain in the ass. I guess we'll just take this as an exploratory journey. Because now we're gonna have to head back home. They gave me the wrong lieutenant. I swear I didn't choose him. Yeah, we really want to go for one of these smaller, weaker places. As sad as that sounds, We do need to build ourselves up, though. And that's what it's about.
The townspeople shout.
Are there settings? Options. You can only turn them off. You can't turn them down. That's ridiculous.
Your master at arms.
Custom
the
expedition.
Master at arms arrives and happily offers.
Okay. Not this dude. We want. Duh. Add him. And we want Imont. Add him. Sweet.
After telling you that.
Jeez, we used up 13 food doing that.
After checking carefully the.
Yep. Okay, this time, no screw-ups. Let's go. You gotta be so freaking careful, or otherwise you'll end up.
Your master at arms reports that he has just learned of an attack on a city.
Oh, who cares? Essentially, whoops. There is a way to roll up your sail. I can't remember how though. That place might have been a good place to attack, but we're gonna go back to where we were because I feel scorned by that city. Okay, save, mid-raid. Let's do this.
The town you arrive at is truly
A
destined
very
to
good
enforce the
relationship.
master at arms. He further.
Well, it was. Why have I got build? That's not who I chose. I'm really mad about that. Maybe I should just have two. Okay, so the battle is a bit, you know. Okay, so I'm essentially going to be using this dude here as a shield. Ooh, that dude is undefended. That is a real shame for him. Because we're just going to go straight up. Man, that music is freaking loud. Okay, so we're gonna lure him over here. And we don't want the leader to verse our leader, because that will start a duel. And duels are pretty hard in this game. The controls are not good.
With a hearty cheer, your master at arms shouts a congratulations for having defeated the enemy. Your men know that the gods stand behind you in battle.
Nice. So we got a little bit of food. We got a butt ton of leather. We got a bunch of silver. And we've got loads more cargo space, so we can keep going. But there we go, our first raid completed. And we will do another. Did that actually save there though? Okay, good. Okay, let's keep going down. Oh, buddy.
The town you arrive at is truly destitute.
No, you didn't give me who I wanted. Like, seriously, what the hell's up with that? That's never happened before. Archer Fighter seemed like a pretty good combo, to be honest. Dude! Oh god, there's another freaking guy just right there. I didn't even see him. Alright. So, what are we doing? Okay, we're gonna bail around the back again. Because that really seemed like a pretty great strategy, admittedly. Dude, what are you doing? Get up there. And me too. Dude, what are you doing? See what I mean about how it's not a lot of quality of life because it's so old? I would love to see this game remade, man. I would love it. Even if it was a fan remake, that would rule. You. Okay. Okay, good. Got him! Cut the head off the snake, man. That's what happens.
With a hearty cheer, your
Oh,
master at
yeah.
arms.
What do we get this time? A bunch of cloth. And some more food. And a little bit of silver. Man, that kind of seems like a crappy amount. Maybe we should, make this a little bit longer of an episode, just so you know, we can raid one more place. You have been randomly selected for the
town you
murder
arrive
lottery.
at is truly destined.
And this strategy of 2 is really working out for me. Come on, get him down quickly. Come on. I really wanted to keep at least 30 health. Okay, so what are we dealing with? Oh, we can just do the same strategy. Heck yes. My favorite. That same old shit. Come on, man. Get up there. Man, the music is so freaking loud. Crap. Alright, here's my idea. Fuck you. Superior strategy, man. That's what happens.
With a hearty cheer, your master at
Oh yeah, what? Oh, I hate more leather. Leather is worth a lot. We didn't get much silver, but we really did need the food in the beginning of the game. Okay, we should probably head back to base now, right? And that'll, like, wrap up a nice first episode. Unless, you know... Oh, that's a capital city. That's a bigger city. Okay, we're starting to encounter other nationalities now, so... Now would be a good time to bail. I might come back for that town. Whoops. And, yeah, I am going to be going back to episodes for everything else that we put on hiatus. Like, don't worry about that. But I might introduce a few new games just to enter it back into recording in a nice chill way, if you know what I mean. I'm looking forward to doing Breath of Fire 3. And picking up
the
Lufia.
townspeople shout their heartfelt welcome home as they greet you upon your return.
Oh, yeah. Alright,
The
so
merchant
what do we got?
greets you with a
So, 80. See, these are really fair prices. They give us exactly what they ask. Okay, so we got a butt ton of cloth, we got a heap of leather, and we got a decent amount of food for the beginning of the game, so...
Your master at arms,
The
master at arms arrives and happily offers details of the men that have come responding to your call for troops.
70. I want that guy for crying out loud. And him. Done. I'm not going to need that much food. Just a little bit, because we're doing a sales trip.
After checking carefully
Oops. Okay. Is this place got good
it is
prices?
obvious as you
Tavern,
walk
marketplace.
through the doorway to the
72 for leather. Ooh. Oh, we don't have jewelry. 36 for... Okay. 72, 36.
It is obvious as you walk through the door.
That's way more! Okay, 128. And like more than 36. Please have even better prices, because that last
It
set
is
of prices
obvious
was
as
pretty
you-
great. It'll be difficult to top that. Blacksmith.
As you walk through the doorway to the shop,
Yeah, that's not as good.
it is obvious as you
Alright. Now,
As
how
you
much
walk
money
through
do
the
you
door-
have? I should have probably been looking at that. Damn. But that's good. See, what we've essentially accomplished with that is we've got a bunch more coin. But we need that because
the townspeople
what we want to do
shout their
early on
heartfelt
is we want to get our weapon and armor quality up. So if we go into our personal stats, our reputation is superior, our population is superior. That's good. That's not what I was looking for. Holdings, men. Yeah. Our armor is fair, our weapons are poor, our fortifications are superior. We want all of these to say superior. So I'm going to be focusing on that really early on.
A blacksmith with barely disguised the blacksmith stands, hammer in, agreeing that your current the blacksmith stands, hammer
Did I just upgrade that twice? Did I have enough to
while
upgrade
not
that twice?
actually hopping.
Whoops.
This
That's not what I meant to do. Personal info, holdings, men. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, our weapons are average now. Which is really good for when we're going to be doing raids. So yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're doing pretty great. Okay, well, I am going to call that an episode there. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell to stay up to date with episodes, and until the next episode of Vikings, the Strategy of Ultimate Conquest, you've been watching DudeGoBack. See you in the next episode.